Hello everyone. I'm so excited to start this conversation just because we didn't get a lot of recently we didn't get a lot of good TV shows, and this project, the Jetty, the Jetty specifically, uh, is such a refreshing TV show for me, just because I'm currently just, waiting for Elite 8 to come out. And I didn't even expect anything to come out. So it's like it was a really surprising project. And I'm gonna just break it down a little bit for you. And I just have two TV shows, not two TV shows, one TV show, which is the Jetty, and the other one is the Portuguese movie that is called Wolf and Dog. It's for English, of course. The Portuguese title, I'm not gonna pronounce it correctly, so it's just Wolf and Dog movie, and the Jetty TV show. The Jetty. Why I said that it was such a refreshing TV show, just because it's only like 4 episodes. It's not like so commonly it's like 8, 10 episodes, but this time it's actually just 4 episodes and like 50 minutes each episode. I think it's just perfect format for any project, because you wouldn't get tired, you wouldn't get you wouldn't get tired, and you have exactly 4 episodes, 50 minutes each, and you can just put all your effort towards watching without getting tired. This is the most important thing about watching something when you're a content creator, or you're just watching it for fun or something. But I really enjoyed every episode, just because I think that BBC recently had done a lot of good projects. The Girlfriend Experience was one of those, actually, and they have a lot of good stuff. So it's like BBC, Apple TV, Idris Media in Spain, BBC, Netflix, and HBO. HBO recently has nothing, actually. I think just because it's kind of it's summertime, of course, and I think they are producing something, and it takes them actually a lot of time, but their products, actually, it's good. So like HBO and BBC, I think BBC has kind of its own its own direction and approach in creating TV shows. And just if you have watched the Girlfriend Experience, you can actually see the similar things between the Jetty, the Girlfriend Experience, of course, and that that similarities are actually darkness, the message of the whole season, the message of every episode. That is what makes it actually similar. So, and you can see that the darkness actually, it is in every scene, no matter what the scene is, no matter what the scene it is pretty dark, it is pretty thrilling, something and it has kind of horror, that style, but it's not actually a horror movie, it's not a horror TV show. And I like the horror style when it's actually mixing, when it's actually mixed with something drama, love story or something, not just horror movies as a separate genre. I don't like actually horror movies as separate genre. I only prefer it mixed with drama, actually. So we have two main characters who were actually involved in some bad event that was taking place 15 years ago, and the other, the main character is 38 or something, 38-year-old woman who is detective, and she is investigating that case from 15 years ago. So she's trying to expose all the things and find that killer or whoever he is. And it's kind of so common for any modern TV show. The script is pretty simple. Something happened long ago, and someone's just trying to find the truth, these days. And it is pretty simple script, I think, but it's not just another TV show about that, investigating about the murder stuff. That murder happened long ago. Of course, there was some people involved and the producers, they are trying to focus not only to investigating, but they trying to focus viewers. They're trying to focus viewers to a lot of things, and the main thing is that this TV show is not trying to be like, teaching everyone how you should do, how you shouldn't do, or something. It's about how worse actually relationship is, and no matter like what gender involved, like it's man or woman, it doesn't actually matter. And we have such a triangle with two young girls and two brothers, two young boys. I think they were brothers, but I don't know how close their relationship was, like, how close they were. And I think that the main surprise came out like in episode 4, of course, and by the end of episode 4 we can tell that it's kind of unexpected what actually happened back then. So they did a lot of writing to make it unpredictable, I think. And what I can see when I watch the two girls just involved in the relationship in this TV show specifically, is that it's not actually a common lesbian couple or something, because they're not actually coming out as lesbians or something. And one of those girls, she doesn't actually know if she's lesbians or not. So it's kind of confusing at the same time. It's focusing us to that relationship, and we can actually feel everything, like it feels like the actual love, so we can feel actual energy or something. But at the same time, we are not told that they are completely lesbian couple. We're not told that they're together or something. So that unknown thing is something that is interesting, and I was actually excited to find out what actually happened, and what and like how the girls just end up, whether being together or just separated. So actually the main actress, or Jenna Coleman, she's known from the Sandman TV show. She was playing Joanna Constantine, and she has that, actually beautiful, beautiful, I think, face in the first place, just because it's actually something that I remember from Sandman, just because she actually good looking woman, and I think that is actually making the Jetty TV show is even more interesting, just because of her actually. And I think that the other TV show, the other movie, the only movie I have, the wolf and dog, is, of course, it's Portuguese. I don't know, actually. I don't understand Portuguese, so I couldn't care less, actually. And I watched a little, just to bring something for my project. So I don't know a lot about Portuguese TV shows, but I think that they did something recently, like, there were a lot of that I would never watch again, but they did a couple of good TV shows. I think one of those, Divided Youth, and there was something I don't remember, but the Wolf and Dog movie, it's totally unknown to me, just because I didn't have any English subtitles, so I just put it into the project so we can have more content. But the main focus, of course, the Jetty, and I think that the thing is, it's not obviously about lesbians. So if you're actually looking for TV shows with lesbians, you could miss this one, just because it's not that obvious. So it seems like we are getting, like, another detective shit, and two girls, they only came out, like, in episode 1, like at the end, I think. So you probably could miss them, but if you actually want to rewatch, or just get to know, actually, it's actually worth your time. I think it's actually worth your time, just because how good that vibe, how good that atmosphere, actually, you can just you can actually watch it, and you can enjoy the vibe, and it is actually, I enjoyed it for that vibe, for that darkness, because I'm so tired of just I'm so tired of getting like another school shit, like of course elite is also something anticipated, and I always will watch elite no matter how bad it is, or no matter it's like the last season or not. I will always watch the elite just because it's something special to me. But I'm really tired of getting that school boys and girls just hanging out, dancing, like getting high, and finally they fighting themselves, like in a murder situation when someone just got killed and they trying to find out what happened. It's like the same story all over again. I'm actually tired of the elite style story. I think they did it pretty good, but any other project that is actually trying to remake elite, but cover it in the other, like I don't know, in the other colors, I think like it doesn't actually work. So that is why I'm not currently into TV shows, just because I don't like most of them, and I prefer something rare, actually, something that is that is unique. And of course 4 episodes, it's not too much. You probably want to watch like 8 episodes, 10 more with that characters. But I think that 4 episodes is something that would never get you tired, and that is pretty good, actually. You can be focused throughout the season. You can be focused. You can actually watch like episode a day. Like it's only like 4 days for the whole season. But some TV shows actually take you like a week, actually weeks, just because there are a lot of episodes, a lot of seasons. So the story was, I'm gonna say actually the actual spoiler. I'm sorry, but it's kind of spoiler, because that 2 girls they actually promised each other that they would sleep with 2 boys, like 2 brothers, simultaneously, and it would be kind of it would be kind of I don't know, connection or something. So they would like to connect with each other by sleeping with 2 different boys, like simultaneously. And of course one of the black hair girl, she lied to her to other girl that it would be her first time she sleep with anyone, like, with a boy. She actually lied to her, and that was a triggering situation, just because you cannot actually lie about something like this. So it's the sensitive subject. It's actually sensitive moment of your life when you're losing your virginity or something. So they did that, and that was the main point, I think, of the whole episode, of the whole season, because that situation caused a lot of chaos. That situation actually is the main like, it's the core of the TV show. And the detective Jenna Coleman, it's actress Jenna Coleman. She's playing the woman whose name is Amber. Yeah, Amber is investigating that murder, of course, and she's trying to find out what happened to Amy, just because Amy actually she's missing, and she's been missing like for 15 years probably. And it turns out that she was actually missing because Amber's former husband, he was kind of involved in in that situation, but he didn't kill, or he didn't harm anyone. I think it's such a spoiler, you'd better just watch in the first place. I think is actual spoiler. It turns out that she just ran down that girl driving the car when she was actually high, and she didn't just remember anything, but she actually just ran down that girl with the car, and Amber, the detective, she can remember everything, but she cannot remember that situation, just because she was pretty high. And I think that was actually surprising to me, because I thought it would be another old man who killed or raped someone, but it turns out it never happened in this story. So it was actually, surprising, and it wasn't what I expected, just because I expected a serial killer or something, like, someone who actually just killing everyone for some purposes, I don't know. So it's not such a common story for this genre, just because this genre is supposed to be a murdering story with, of course, at least just one old man who committed a crime or something. This is a common story, and it happens actually in almost every fucking movie or TV show. And when we have a serial killer or someone. So I'm so actually glad that it never happened in this story. Actually, we don't have any fucking serial killer. We just have something that was like totally different. And of course, in this situation, we can explain every action of the main character, just because she actually acting pretty good. Her acting is good, and she is a good character, I think. So she put a lot of effort in her character, I think. And that is why you wouldn't get tired of watching it, even though it's pretty. I think it would be pretty boring for most of the viewers. It is kind of boring, just because we have a lot of dialogues in between. Like, we have a lot of dialogues, like, between, for example, this scene and like this thing. We've got like thousands of dialogues or something that would get you bored actually. But that never happened to me. I never got bored. Because the Jenna Coleman character is pretty good, and she's pretty interesting, and she actually got me thrilled, just how good she's acting. I don't have her in this video, just because it's not about the detective shit or something. This video specifically is just a music video with kisses or something, and she wasn't actually involved in a single kiss. I mean, the main character, she didn't do anything related to love scenes or kiss scene, but she did a lot of work in investigating and detective, all that stuff, and she made it watchable for me, actually. I mean, if it were only lesbians and just a mediocre actress or actor who's playing detective, I would probably get bored and I would stop watching it. So actually we have the different characters whose lives pretty different. The black hair girl, she was kind of, she was kind of bad girl that is trying to, that is trying to make everything like, intimate, I think. And she was actually trying to find out like what the other girl is, and she was trying to release like her actual feelings, because the other girl, she's pretty like locked in, and she's not even she's not expressing a lot of emotions. I think she's pretty conservative, and the other girl, she's pretty I think like she's that bad when everything is potentially everything could happen to her, because she doesn't actually she doesn't actually she doesn't try to avoid any problems. She, in contrary, she's trying to jump right to that problem or something, and she's trying to make it even worse. I think that is something common for the age when you actually do not try to find a solution. You'd rather find the you'd rather find a way to make it even worse, but you think actually you make it better, but you are making it worse. So this is what I think about the two girls, and their relationship actually didn't work just because one of them, I don't remember her name actually. She was Caitlin. Yeah, she is Caitlin. She was actually pretty smart, I think, and she was braver. She was actually braver than anyone, because she decided actually to give up on everything, and she just left everyone who was making her life worse. She left everything, and she actually just moved on from that situation. And after 15 years, she was better, in a better position, like mentally, and she was actually living a better life than everyone who was her friend back then. And she actually ended up well. I think when you actually have some mentality that you cannot do whatever you want just because someone does it, you cannot do whatever you actually want. This is pretty good mindset, and that works in a long term, because it's possibly that you would not get any problem, because you avoid a lot of situations, a lot of people, because of that mindset. And on the other hand, someone is trying to jump into every fucking situation, every opportunity to, get high or get involved in some relationship, party, no matter what. And it's pretty, common situation, and it works in the actual life. It's actually like this. So someone who has that mindset with limitations, but not a lot of limitations, like, you cannot do anything. It's not a good mindset, that you just restricting yourself from doing anything. The good mindset is where you actually you putting yourself in that situation before you actually involved in that situation, and you're trying to like imagine what would happen if I were in that situation, what would happen if I if I go there, what would happen if I never go there. So it's actually good mindset. And after the 15 years, after everything has been exposed, and we've known the actual killer, we've known the actual story, we actually know everything, something, after watching it, something actually making you, think more about like your life. Something makes you feel better, I think. Something actually makes you feel better. Even though this TV show is pretty, like strategy, I think. It's mostly like a strategy, actually. And there wasn't actually a lot of fun, but there was a lot of strategy, but something makes you actually feel better after watching it. I think like it's where you can actually take a distance from your experience and trying to look at everything from that perspective, and it's actually a good experience. And it's kind of, I think, it's kind of helping. It's actually helping you to prioritize yourself in the first place. You have to prioritize yourself, not any other person. And it is actually teaching, the only thing it's teaching is to prioritize yourself and your family, probably not your friends or your boyfriends, or your girlfriend, no matter whom. It's better to prioritize yourself. At least you would never get any trouble if you're prioritizing yourself, because that means you would never get in any situation with bad people, because if you're prioritizing yourself, you're probably, like alone, and you, more often than not, you are a single person. And nothing wrong with being a single, it's actually helping you to put more efforts into like improving your life, improving everything. Instead of just, jumping into every fucking possibility, opportunity, every gathering of people, I actually think that this TV show is pretty unique, and it's unique just because we never got this such an ending in any other project, and this ending, the final scene, the final dialogue of two characters that were pretty dramatic. I think there were that detective Amber and her husband. I think that was her husband, but her former husband, he would never try to improve himself. He'd rather try to put hands down and give up on everything. So that is why they were separated throughout the TV show, just because the detective, she's pretty confident in what she's doing. She's pretty brave woman. Of course, that type of woman would never get along with such a man, who is not a actually any of those, he's not a brave, he's not a someone you relied on. He's not a good person. At least he would be a good person, but he's not a good person. So it makes sense that they were separated for like 15 years probably. And I think that it's actually was surprising that that man was that person from 15 years ago who slept with the black haired girl who was missing for 15 years. And this is kind of triangle, you know. It's kind of confusing who slept with whom, and who is who actually, you know. But after watching the last episode, you can actually you know, you can actually understand everything. And I think it's a good story. So thank you for watching, guys. I think if you actually wanna just watch the Jetty TV show, there is a plenty of sites you can do that. It's BBC, of course, and some other sources. And the other project I would like to make a video of the Elite season is, of course, it would be like the main project of the summer, just because Elite is always something special. So we will probably make a lot of videos when we get Elite. So July 26th is the release date of Elite. I think before Elite 8, I'm not expecting to make anything, just because I do not expect anything to come out. Actually, I didn't even expect this Jetty come out, but it did come out, so I did that video, and you can find the final result on my regular list. The main video, the final video, is actually available on the regular video list, so you can find the 1 minute video, and it's been released actually like a few hours ago. Thank you for watching, guys. See you later. Bye.